a lot of people have, commented about just the brilliance of the acting and Michael Landon's directing and the music that went with everything. But a lot of people I'm meeting for the first time from all over the world, which just amazes me, have talked about how do you do the nonverbals. Albert's mouth, Almanzo, Nellie, everybody's the nonverbals, not the speaking language, but how you communicate it. How did they do that? You said as much as an art form through your expressions and the pauses and the eyes and the silences. It's just, I don't know if you can comment.
Not only had great actors, but we really had people who really, great eyes on our show. It's like everyone seems to have these really intense eyes. And yeah, there was so much, and I think maybe that's one of the reasons the show is popular in like 140 countries, is there was so much going on that was beyond language or dialogue emotionally with the actors. There was so much emotion in just everyone's face and physicality that it came across.
One of the things about Michael that maybe we'll discuss later on is his production company was the best at the time, and he cast well, not only the regulars, but the guest stars, and the family, the extra people that were there regularly. He cast good people, and that's part of our profession, not just the dialogue, which goes with it. It's good pretending.
Also, I want to add to that directly that as I've been traveling with some of these folks and thinking about these events this summer, it's come to my realization that Michael actually had a knack for casting people who actually had some of the qualities of the characters that he'd written. And so... intelligence, humor. Yeah, so in other words, we had some of these qualities. My career prior to that, I played some very unusual roles. I was like a character actor as a kid. My prior role to Little House was playing a half Chinese, half American monk, like Grasshopper on Kung Fu. So, had some, there's a lot of, as you were saying, non-verbal work going on there. And that's just something that is part of the acting talent. You have to think the thoughts that the actor thinks. That's part of the homework of doing the job of acting, is to actually understand what that character is thinking, so that when there are no words to say, the meaning still comes through in the face, in the eyes. And again, that's something that a director knows how to capture and knows when it's done right and when to shoot it again, do another take, or when he's got it and he goes cut and print, then you know that you've delivered the thing that he wanted to see.
We also had wonderful writers. Michael being only one of the writers, but he knew what would reach people and what would move people.
They didn't overwrite.
And they made sense. So you didn't have to, climb to figure out what was going on in a scene. It actually made sense. So I think that was a good part of it. Thank you for your question.
Yeah, it was a great question.
A good one. Who's up next?
Who do you think was the most scared of Mr. Edwards?
Most scared?
Scared of Mr. Edwards?
I'm not sure. We don't understand.
Well, I don't know. You made Lindsay cry in Ma's Holiday.
I was scared of him when I handed him that note, and
and
he pretended like it was meaningless. That was pretty scary as a character,
Like, Victor had this amazing gift. Victor had tremendous range as an actor. He could be terrifying if he wanted to be, and he could make you laugh uproariously if that's where he was, if that's what the button was he was going to push. He had it all. And I think of Victor was masterful of props. Do you remember watching Victor with props? Victor could just do amazing things, repeating action, take after take after take, just perfect. Victor was an editor's dream. He really was. He was awesome. And he was an actor's dream too. He was wonderful to work with, and he was wonderful to be directed by.
Editor's dream means that he does the same thing each time they shoot it, so that when the editor goes to cut the two pieces together, they match. There's not some horrible mismatch. So that's what he's referring to.
It was a great director. That episode, the talking machine, when I record Laura, I was so horrible and evil. Victor directed that. He made me that evil in that episode.
How old were you when the play started going?
in the plate.
How old were we when we started?
We started.
Well, I was 12. You guys were what?
8 months.
15.
We were 4.
You were 4. Do I really have to tell you? Then you can figure out how old I am now. Which I don't mind. I was in my 30s.
I'm not talking.
I
was 33.
I was 23.
I think I was.
I was in my 30s.
Allison?
All right, this is for the Carrie twins. In the episode when you guys were best friends, and one of you was the real Carrie, and the other one was her best made-up friend,
The God sister.
the god sister. Which one was the real Carrie, and which one was the god sister?
Oh, there's a trick, because 2 times Lindsay is Alyssa, and 2 times she's Carrie. And so there's 4 times that she sees Alyssa. So when we go to heaven, I believe, are you Alyssa then? Or what? I can't remember. And then I think she's Carrie when we find the big, or she's Alyssa when we find the big penny. And then I'm Alyssa when we go and we see the spider. And it's Lindsay really that wakes up terrified from the spider and runs across the forest, if you remember that part. And so we traded off. It was equal. There was 4 times, and it's twice I was Alyssa and twice she was Alyssa. So I was Alyssa when we went to the I can't remember.
I think you're correct that you were Alyssa when we went to heaven, because you hand me the flower and you say follow me. And I think that's how we go to heaven.
And then I'm Alyssa too when you chase me through the field, right?
Yeah, I run through the field saying Alyssa, Alyssa, and then I stop and you're gone.
My God, it's so much detail.
This is awesome.
When did the house get made?
When did it
When
get
was it
made?
made?
Little
From-
house.
Little
House.
What year?
Before you were born.
It was made beginning in 1974. Pilot was 1974 to 1983. Is that what the question is? Long before you were born.
It was
Long.
40 years ago. That's why we're here.
Before your parents were born.
40 years ago, yes. Before your parents were likely born. Yeah.
A WTCA collaboration.